guys, welcome. I'm so glad you're here to learn about bare root peonies. It's fall here, and fall is the perfect time to plant your bare root peonies. I just got one in the mail. This is my very last plant that I'm gonna put in the ground for this season. It's kind of exciting, but also kind of sad because I really do love being in my yard. Sometimes I wish I could be in my yard all year long, but it gives me a little break. Anyway, let's take a look at this bare root peony. So right here you have these little buds, and they're called eyes, and I counted them, and there's about 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's a really good bare root peony. You kind of want one with 3 to 5 eyes, and those are basically just going to be the stems that grow up in the spring. And fall is such a good time to plant your bare root peonies because you want to get those roots underground established before they start producing those stems, because that makes the bush a little bit more full and it's going to produce more flowers. I have planted some in the spring and it's okay, but if you're a little bit anal and you want them to be perfect, plant them in the fall. So basically it's really simple. There's just a few tips when planting your bare root peonies, and the first one is you want to plant them shallow. So I didn't know this. I bought a few when I was first new to gardening, and I dug them too deep, and in the spring they didn't come back, and I was so sad, and the tuber just kind of disappeared. So this is basically a tuber that's been divided from an established plant. And that's really another thing that is so awesome about peonies is once they are established, you can divide them throughout your yard, because you can dig them up in the fall and cut through the tubers, and then you can just have endless peonies all over your yard from 1 to 2 plants. So right here I'm going to show you how I put them in the ground. So like I said, plant them shallow. So I'm going to dig a little hole. The soil is so wet and nice right now. We've been getting a lot of rain. And I'm going to have the eyes facing up, and I'm just going to plant the tuber about 1 to 2 inches in the ground. And then I want the eyes to only be about 1/2 inch to 1 inch deep. And it really is that simple. So I'm just going to cover it. And then in the spring, those eyes should start growing, and you should see about 5 stems. There are a few things about peonies that are important to know. That are awesome about peonies is these plants can live for 50 years, but you have to wait. It takes about 3 to 4 years for it to get established and start producing those abundance of blooms that you just die over when you're driving on the road and you just stop to check them out. But 50 years, that is one of the longest lasting perennials that you can plant. So although it does require a lot of patience, it is well worth the wait. And especially when you've been in winter, hibernating in your house for we have pretty tough winters here. A lot of snow, it gets really cold, 5 to 6 months winters. And it's just so exciting to come outside and see those peonies coming out of the ground. It is definitely worth the wait. So I really highly recommend planting peonies. They are my favorite flower of all time, and they are a little bit short-lived as far as the blooms. They only bloom once, but to me it does not matter. It is so worth it. So thanks for watching. Have a good day.